Hello, happy Sunday. I am doing a midday live Course in Miracles. I got I think they call this a bucket hat on. I'm sitting in my truck for those actually watching this, waiting. Lucas is doing some shooting at Midwest basketball training. We had a baseball tournament this weekend. Unfortunately, the team lost their third game this morning, so we had less baseball, and he wanted to get in the gym. It's a little windy outside, so that's what we're doing. So anyway, I titled this "Where Is This Getting Us?" And this is video number 150, which is kind of crazy. That's a lot of videos, a lot of posts on this. And lately, we've been talking about the Holy Spirit. Last time I talked about the truth is true, and basically what that means is the truth that just is. It's always there. It's always accessible for us, available for us. And a lot of times we're doing the other things that we think it's truth, but it's not, and it doesn't really help us. Might not hurt us, and sometimes we like doing those other things. So, but where is this getting us is more referring to me doing 150 of these and continuing to study this material, which I've been doing for almost 2 years. Picked up the book end of June 2 years ago and started reading it, I think around July 1st, 2 years ago. And basically, after my eye surgery, been reading it pretty much every day. Like every day, I do have a daily reading, daily practice. And today it was talking about the truth just is. But where it's getting us is more like, do you see it working in my life or in in our lives? And sometimes like I don't know if you see it probably, because depends where you see me. I'm pretty much I just work, keep to myself. Obviously, if I'm coaching basketball or in out at the baseball game or something, yeah, I'll talk to people. But otherwise, I just talk to people about business, and I'm at home and doing things. um, so, but I would say that I am, you know, getting way more um, patient, forgiving, that kind of stuff. And then just understanding the truth. Boy, it's a lot there. There is a lot to understand, even though there's nothing to understand because the truth is, but there's a lot to understand when the world has you doing other stuff. So, um, I just gave you a snapshot of my busy day. First of all, our tournament was in Piers, Minnesota. Now I'm in Blaine, Minnesota. A lot of times, if you got kids my age, you're running around doing kids stuff, right? And then if you're a realtor like me, a busy realtor, like doing tons of business, you're doing real estate stuff. And in between the Piers baseball game and driving down here, we had a call, and I'm trying to coordinate showings for one of my team members to meet with somebody and making sure it's somebody that it makes sense to not only show the house, but that somebody we can help. So it just takes time. And then during what's happening in the day, something probably gets missed. Like something isn't, if I was practicing the course perfectly, I'd be blessing and forgiving and sharing the Holy Spirit with everybody. And you might be like, what's that mean? Do you stand on the corner with a sign? Not really. I would say it would just be more like, oh, somebody just made a mistake there. And they didn't make a mistake. That's what the course would say. That's what Jesus would say. They're perfect. They're sinless and stainless and and they made an error, but they're fine. And they're a child of God no matter what they did wrong. So that would be one thing. And I catch myself being like, that person messed up. That person's annoying. That person's what the heck are they doing? So it takes time. It kind of reminds me of like Lucas last week, who's in the gym right now shooting. We had our last basketball tournament of spring, and he didn't shoot particularly well. Didn't He was doing the right things, didn't play terrible, didn't play great, but he's like, Dad, I've been working so hard and I didn't really get the results from it. First of all, he's been consistent over the years working, but now he's stepped up his work ethic, and you don't immediately get results 4 weeks into working out. Yes, if you do a diet, you might have some results 4 weeks in. If you're shooting 500 hoops, making 500 buckets most days, you're going to have better results than not doing it. But it's really consistency over time. I think in a spiritual practice, which this is just takes more than 2 years to be wonderful and delightful at it. Some people probably could instantly be really great at forgiving everybody, blessing everybody, and letting the Holy Spirit work through them. And then, like in my case, it's like, okay, we're learning and we're doing the best, but sometimes I forget. So that's what I'm sharing with you. Sometimes other people forget, sometimes I forget, sometimes you forget, sometimes people don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. What is this Holy Spirit and Jesus stuff? I'd rather just be an asshole. Um, I'm not saying somebody'd rather be, I said, yeah, I swore. But sometimes people would kind of just rather do that. That's almost easier for them. I would rather be kind, patient, loving, and be a blessing, but sometimes I'm just kept to myself and do my own thing. So we're all work in progress, and I'm glad I'm doing this. Glad I'm sharing these videos. Glad I'm making slight progress. Every once in a while, setbacks, but then try to get back on track, and you just stay consistent with your practice, whatever that is. Like I said, I have a spiritual practice. Try to be consistent, not perfect, and hope that helps you all. Have a blessed and wonderful day.